The 60s gave us the Beatles, Stones, and Doors. But what about the brilliant bands that never got their full moment in the spotlight? Today, we're turning back the clock to uncover 10 incredible groups from that golden decade whose music still shines just as bright, even if the world forgot their names. You might know a few, or discover your new old favorite. Let's dive in. The Pretty Things were Britain's raw, rebellious cousins to the Rolling Stones. In fact, guitarist Dick Taylor was a founding Stones member before leaving to form this band in 1963. With Phil May's wild vocals and a sound that pushed R&B into psychedelia, they gave us SF Sorrow, one of rock's first concept albums, years before Tommy. Yet, despite their influence on everyone from Bowie to punk rock, they never broke big in the US. Why did a band this inventive slip through the cracks? Do you remember the first time you heard their gritty, untamed sound? The Lovin' Spoonful brought a warm breeze of sunshine pop to the turbulent 60s, blending folk, jug band, and rock into feel-good hits like Do You Believe in Magic and Summer in the City? Led by John Sebastian's friendly voice and infectious melodies, they were the soundtrack to countless carefree days.
And now I'm lost in a daydream, dreaming about.
Yet, despite selling millions and influencing folk rock's rise, they're rarely mentioned alongside the era's giants.
And you can be sure that if you're ready, doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk.
Was it the changing music scene that dimmed their spotlight? Or have we just forgotten how good it felt to hear their songs on a summer afternoon?
One makes me feel this way. You're pushing too hard, you're pushing on me. You're pushing too hard on what you want me to be.
The Seeds were the wild children of the 60s garage rock scene, fronted by the eccentric Sky Saxon.
You're pushing too hard on me.
With fuzz-drenched guitars, organ riffs, and Saxon's hypnotic delivery, songs like Pushin' Too Hard captured the restless, rebellious spirit of the era. They were raw, unpolished, and years ahead of punk's attitude. Yet their fame burned fast and faded quickly, leaving them a cult favorite for record collectors and rock historians. Do you remember that primal energy the first time you heard them? Or did the Seeds slip past you entirely back then?
August is all that I know.
Arthur Lee and Love were one of the most eclectic and visionary bands of the 60s, blending folk, rock, psychedelia, and soul into a sound that was uniquely their own.
Good evening, I love you, I do. I share all my. I'm sitting inside a bottle and I was here again.
Their 1967 masterpiece Forever Changes is often hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time. Poetic, mysterious, and tinged with melancholy. Yet, despite critical praise, they never reached mainstream fame, partly because Lee shunned heavy touring. Was it their refusal to play the fame game that kept them in the shadows? Or have we only recently begun to truly appreciate their brilliance? Before they became 70s glam rock hitmakers, Mud were already making noise in 1966. Formed in London, they started as a sharp-dressed beat group, playing tight, catchy R&B covers and early originals in the mold of the British invasion. Though these early days didn't bring chart success, they honed the harmonies, stagecraft, and cheeky charisma that would later make them stars. Isn't it fascinating how some bands quietly lay the groundwork for years before making it overnight? Do you remember hearing Mud before they hit the big time?
That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. I really love your tiger life.
The Nas burst out of Philadelphia in 1967 with a stylish mix of British invasion sparkle and American garage grit. Fronted by a young Todd Rundgren, they delivered punchy pop gems like Open My Eyes and dreamy ballads like Hello It's Me, years before Rundgren's solo fame.
Underneath your gaze I was found in the haze I'm wandering around in.
They had the look, the hooks, and the attitude, yet mainstream success slipped through their fingers. Was it bad timing, or were they simply too ahead of the curve? Do you remember discovering the Nas, or did they stay a hidden treasure until later?
Open my eyes, can't see a thing till open my eyes. Hit me like it
Day of Phoenix, formed in Denmark in 1968, crafted an ambitious blend of progressive rock, folk, and jazz influences, far from the typical pop of the era.
If you laugh against my broken face.
Their 1970 debut Wide Open N-Way featured sprawling, atmospheric tracks that felt more like journeys than songs, earning them a cult following among the prog fans.
Come swear on the Bible that you learn to hate the weakness inside you. There where the artificial.
Yet outside Scandinavia, they remained largely unknown. Was it their complex, introspective style that kept them from the charts? Or were they simply a hidden gem waiting for curious ears to find them decades later?
Hit me like a dehydrator. Teenage love. Hit me like a dehydrator. Just a bad.
Trapeze formed in 1969 with a powerhouse lineup that included future rock legends Glenn Hughes and Mel Galley. Starting with a psychedelic tinge sound before shifting to soulful hard rock, they became a cult favorite, especially in the American South, thanks to electrifying live shows and Hughes' soaring voice. Though never massive chart toppers, their influence echoed through bands like Deep Purple and Whitesnake. Do you remember catching Trapeze in their prime? Or are they one of those great 60s names you only stumbled upon years later?
Just a bad.
She sang and she shivered.
Cactus roared to life in 1969. Born from the ashes of Vanilla Fudge and fueled by a love of loud, bluesy hard rock. With Carmine Appis's thunderous drums, Tim Bogart's driving bass, and Jim McCarty's fiery guitar, they earned the nickname the American Led Zeppelin.
Touched her hair. She really got me now. She knocked me flat.
Their gritty energy on tracks like Parchment Farm made them a live powerhouse, yet mainstream fame stayed just out of reach. Was it bad timing, fierce competition, or just too much volume for radio? Do you remember feeling that raw punch the first time you heard Cactus? Nectar, a band born in Germany but with British roots, carved out a unique space in the progressive rock world.
Take a look around yourself. See what I see.
Their albums like Remember the Future are cosmic journeys filled with lush melodies, sci-fi themes, and sprawling instrumental passages. They never hit mainstream stardom but built a devoted cult following with their theatrical live shows and visionary soundscapes. Have you ever lost yourself in one of their epic tracks? Or do you feel like Nectar is one of those underrated treasures waiting to be rediscovered?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Telegram to say your son has a.
And there you have it. 10 amazing 60s bands that deserved so much more love than they got. Their songs may not have topped every chart, but they left a mark that still echoes through music today. Which of these hidden gems did you already know? And which one's going straight onto your playlist? Keep the memories alive, and I'll see you in the next musical journey.